Meanwhile, the Victor Okojumbo-led River State House of Assembly has asked the general public to disregard the directive by the Martin Amehule-led faction barring the state governor from spending public funds. The lawmakers took the decision during their sitting on Tuesday. The Speaker, Mr. Okojumbo, said the decision of the Martin Amehule-led faction is unfounded and invalid. He said the lawmakers loyal to Governor Fubara are the legitimate House of Assembly and have been carrying out their duties.
State House of Assembly, which is the legitimate house under the leadership of Right Honorable Victor Okojumbo, is the only one recognized by law and the River State government, and thus has been receiving all statutory allocations due to the River State House of Assembly and has been discharging its financial obligations by paying the salaries of the recognized honorable members of the House, their aides and allowances of the public servants in the River State House of Assembly.
Mr. Okojumbo also called on INEC to begin preparation to fill the vacant positions of the defected lawmakers.
This House awaits to receive from His Excellency the presentation of the medium-term expenditure framework for the next 3 financial years, pursuant to Section 10 of the River State Fiscal Responsibility Law. The general public is therefore called upon to disregard and ignore those misguided former members. I once again call on the Independent National Electoral Commission to expedite preparations towards the conduct of by-elections.
Mr. Okojumbo said the decision of the House has been communicated to the Accountant General and Auditor General of River State, the Governor of Central Bank of Nigeria, Chairman of Revenue Mobilization, Allocation and Fiscal Commission, Accountant General of the Federation, Group Managing Director CEO, Zenith Bank PLC, and Managing Director CEO of Access Bank Group, among others. Recall that on Monday, the Martin Amehule-led lawmakers declared a shutdown of expenditures of Governor Fubara until he presents the 2024 appropriation bill before them. It followed the expiration of a 7-day ultimatum they had given the governor to present the budget. In another development, the River State High Court has restrained the state chapter of the People's Democratic Party, PDP, from holding or carrying out its Congress in the state or any other venue scheduled for 27 July 2024 or any other date. In an interim injunction on Tuesday, the presiding judge, Sobere Biambo, also restrained the PDP in the state or its agents from taking decisions or giving directives to further extend the already expired tenure of the last state, local government and ward executive officers of the PDP in River State. The matter has been adjourned to the 19th of July. Moving on, a group, New Rivers Initiative, has urged the Caretaker Committee Chairman of Obiakpo Local Government Area of River State, Chijioke Ihunwa, and his committee members to stop parading themselves as Obiakpo Council authorities. Chairman of the group, David Nelson Odu, and Secretary General Ngo Ananobel Alfred, said the call became necessary following the recent Court of Appeal and Supreme Court judgment. According to the statement, the Supreme Court's judgment has rendered caretaker committees illegal, unconstitutional, and void. The statement also said that the actions of the caretaker committee members is an affront to the judiciary and could lead to a breakdown of law and order, as well as an invitation to anarchy. The statement further called on the security agencies, particularly the Inspector General of Police, the River State Commissioner of Police, State Director of DSS, to look into their activities. Now recall that Mr. Ihunwa has insisted he remains the CTC Chairman of Obiakpo Local Government Area. Meanwhile, a Port Harcourt-based lawyer, Williams, says the caretaker committee running the affairs of the local government areas in River State is still legal despite the Supreme Court outlawing it. Speaking as a guest on Nigerian 4FM's Hard Fact, Mr. Williams said the CTC remains legitimate until local government chairmen are elected.
They are still caretaker committee chairmen. The fact that the judgment of the Supreme Court have declared null and void the existence of They are still caretaker committee chairmen. The fact that the judgment of the Supreme Court have declared null and void the existence of caretaker committee chairmen. That does not mean that the Supreme Court has scrapped local government system in Nigeria. In the case of River State, for instance, these appointments were made before the judgment. And don't forget that people work at the local government level too. But the rich gist here is that they are still the caretaker committee chairman until elected executive of the local government comes on board.
He also faulted the pronouncement of the Minister of Justice Lateef Fagbemi that the implementation of the Supreme Court would start immediately.
But if the Honorable Attorney General of the Federation have said that is not the judgment of the Supreme Court, he may be reacting to some questions. So this judgment of the Supreme Court, to my thinking, there should be a window period for this local government to regularize things, either by way of furnishing their account and all of that. Because you can't say a judgment just came now, then you will stop the allocation of the local government allocation. How would the staffs of the local government get their salary?
Mr. Williams also called on the National Assembly to delete Section 162, subsection 5, 6, and 7 of the Constitution.
Because the judgment of Supreme Court is there now. I'm not talking of amendment anymore. I said the National Assembly should delete. If it's an amendment, it will pass through the constitutional amendment again. It's just that based on the judgment of the Supreme Court, which nobody can fall anymore. Even if the Supreme Court says something that is not in alignment with this constitution, the worst thing you will do is that you go to court, to challenge it. It will still end at that same Supreme Court. So whatever they say is law. So it's not a question of the National Assembly amending anything. What they have to do is to delete this subsection 5, 6, 7, and 8.
And now to crime stories. 3 suspected kidnappers have been arrested and 2 vehicles recovered in Omagwa Community, Ikwere Local Government Area of River State. The Chief Security Officer of Ikwere Council, Dixon Mbomahom, said they were arrested by members of local vigilante OSPAC. Mr. Mbomahom told correspondent Mekotoka that the suspect had been handed over to the Elekahia Police Division in Port Harcourt City Local Government Area for proper investigation. Now, he said the suspect kidnapped someone in Obiabo Local Government Area and came to hide in Omagwa Community.
We apprehend kidnappers at Omagwa community. 3 of them. We recover 2 vehicles from their hands, 1 Corolla and 1 Highlander. Then don't be kidnapping at Obiabo. Go to Ikure local government where they park the vehicles at Omagwa. They release one. The Highlander now, we don't see the people that they kidnap. We don't know the owner. But the vehicle is a stolen one. They have dragged the vehicle on the way. I have arrested them, then hand over to Omagwa division. 3 policemen were threatening them through coordinates. Then I now interface with them. They now told me what happened. And I mobilized my men. We start searching for them. We now saw the vehicle. From the vehicle, we catch one. From there, we later catch 2. We did not see gun, but the first.
Now recall that last week, gunmen killed an OSPAC member identified as Prince Yewe in Iguruta community as he was responding to a distress call of kidnapping. The police have yet to speak on this. Now still to come, 4 towns in River State listed among 94 others at risk of 5-day flooding. Stay with us. You're welcome back, and now the rest of the news. The boat driver killed over the weekend along the Bacana waterway in Degema local government area of River State has been named as 47-year-old Owe Ibolo from southern Ijo local government area of Bayelsa State. His relative, Lolo, who revealed his identity, narrated how his body was found at the Bacana sand field and his boat missing. He said the boat driver was killed by 4 youths from around community, and a suspect has been handed over to the Marine Police in Abonema. He, however, urged Bacana community to ensure that the perpetrators are brought to justice and the victims' boat recovered.
About 4 boys came out from the Bacana community with rifle. They began to shoot. They did not use anything speedboat. They come out from inside the community to the waterside, enter the boat, drive away with the sea. Yesterday, about 4 p.m. in the evening, call came. The passengers boat that driving at Bacana to Tripod. One of the drivers called that they saw dead body at Bacana Township. So we should go and check by that 4 p.m. yesterday. So we went there to check with our brother. What we want is let justice be done.
Police have said the investigation is ongoing. Recall that the Bacana waterway was blocked over the weekend by members of the Bacana Boat Union following the killing of the boat driver. The aggrieved boat drivers called on the police to increase security surveillance on the waterways. Now elsewhere, the murder trial of the dismissed police officer Amos Galadima, accused of killing a father of 3, Alafuru Peterside, continued on Tuesday in Port Harcourt. Recall that the dismissed police officer was said to have shot and killed Mr. Peterside at a lounge on Stadium Road on August 3, 2023, where the matter was mentioned at the State High Court. The prosecution lawyer C.B. Eke presented the bullet recovered from Peterside's body as evidence. The lawyer also attempted to introduce CCTV footage as evidence, but Galadima's lawyer, V.E. Jacob, argued that she had not yet reviewed the footage and requested the court to delay its presentation. Justice Joy Abugono, in a ruling, granted the defense's request and postponed the playing of the video footage. The matter was adjourned to Thursday, 18th July 2024. In other news, Port Harcourt, One, Okrika and Bori Town in River State are among 90 other towns at risk of a 5-day flooding beginning Tuesday, July 16 and ending on July 20, 2024. The Minister of State of Environment, Isiaq Salakob, who made this known, said the identified location of the environs would likely witness heavy rainfall that may lead to flood within the prediction period. He, however, urged stakeholders to mitigate the flooding. We're going to show a commercial break right now. Have been shot until further notice after 6 people were killed in protest over quotas in government jobs. University students have been holding rallies to fought for the country's independence from Pakistan in 1971. Now that's a wrap on the news this morning. Before we go, let's have a look at the major stories. The CSO's suit against Rivers lawmakers is expected to resume today. Port Harcourt is among the 4 towns in River State listed to be at risk of 5-day flooding. And on the foreign scene, there's been a deadly unrest over job quotas in Bangladesh. The news was edited by Chioma Ezenwafo. To reach the news team, send an SMS or WhatsApp to 0808 721 7215. I'm Ifechukwu Monyeli. Many thanks for listening.